Chapter 41. We continue as Aihara and Minaguchi are talking to the MC. Minaguchi tells him that it was Agawa who came to her and said that he was sitting here looking worried. They had never spoken before then, so when Agawa approached her, she was all like, "Eh?" We see Minaguchi remembering that Agawa awkwardly telling them that something seems to be really bothering him and asks them, would they both mind checking on him? Hearing this surprises him, as he can't understand why would Agawa do this. The MC remembers that because of the scheming from one of their former classmates, Erika, Yukishiro was falsely accused of being the main instigator in a campaign of bullying. Although they did manage to clear Yukishiro's name, ever since then, Erika hasn't been back to school. He recalls that Agawa is a friend of Erika. During the time of the fake bullying incident, he did have a run-in with her once. She was guilty of bad-mouthing people behind their back sometimes, but he gets the feeling that she wasn't really thinking about it and was just going along with the crowd. Minaguchi tells the MC that when Agawa came to them, she did actually seem really worried about him. She recalls how shy and worried Agawa looked as she said, "I don't think Ichinos would appreciate me speaking to him." The MC hears this and questions why is Agawa worried about him. It would actually make more sense for her to hate him because, during the Erika incident, he threatened her into getting evidence that cleared Yukishiro. Aihara tells him that after hearing what Agawa had to say, they started to worry about him too. So they both decided that they would come and check on him. He continues and says that they always have his back, and if he ever feels that he needs to talk to or rely on someone, they are always there for him. Suddenly, Minaguchi speaks and tells Aihara to wait. If he says that and then doesn't follow through, then the MC is only going to bottle his feelings up even more. Aihara replies and tells her that trying to pry information out of him would be bad. Maybe he actually just wants to be left alone. She argues back and tells him that what if he's dealing with something huge that he can't share with anyone? And if he tries to handle it alone, who knows what irreparable damage that might lead to? Hearing them talk makes the MC think. Aihara continues and asks her, isn't her imagination running a bit wild here, as he looks concerned. She continues and tells Aihara that if the MC does something he regrets, it'll be too late. Suddenly the MC says, she's right. Hearing this makes them look at him. As he's holding the sandwiches, he thanks them both. He tells them that they both helped him find the answer to what was bothering him. Hearing him say this surprises them both. Minaguchi tells him that they haven't even heard his story yet. The MC agrees with her and tells her that listening to them both talk has helped him figure it all out. He smiles as he continues and says that he now understands what exactly he needs to do. He's gonna go ask Chiaki today. As he's saying this, he thinks that even if Chiaki doesn't want him to get involved, it might make him angry, and Chiaki might end up hating him, but the one thing he doesn't want to do is regret sitting around doing nothing. The same can be said when it comes to Yukishiro. As he holds the last bite of the sandwich, he thinks that they both have a day off from work today. Not only does he need to properly talk to Chiaki, but also to Yukishiro too. The MC smiles and eats the last bite of the sandwich. Aihara tells him that he looks totally different than he did 5 minutes ago. He looks like a massive weight has been lifted off his shoulders. Minaguchi nods and agrees with him. The MC replies and tells them that he was really worried about Chiaki. He seems to be dealing with some problems right now. He wasn't sure if Chiaki would appreciate him getting involved in them. Minaguchi hears this and says, "Doesn't that mean we were in the same boat earlier with you?" He agrees with her and tells her that they both really helped him out a lot. If he were just by himself, he honestly didn't think he would have figured out what to do. He continues and tells them that they both are very kind people, even though they're just classmates. He didn't realize that they cared this much about him. Hearing him say this shocks Minaguchi. She screams and tells him to hold on a minute, and she's not letting him get away with what he said just now. Hearing her say this confuses the MC. She continues and says, "I thought that we were more than just classmates. Aren't we friends too?" Hearing her say friends confuses him. He looks concerned as he says that he doesn't really think that he has much charm at all, let alone enough for people to consider him a friend, and asks them if it's really okay for him to think of them as his friends. Hearing him say this makes them cry and hug him. Minaguchi asks him, why is his self-esteem so low? She tells him that he's honest, considerate of his friends, and just an all-round wonderful guy. Aihara adds in and tells him that being so humble is also one of his good traits too, and that he's such a charming guy. Aihara becomes normal, tells the MC that from today on, he can officially call them his friends. He's never said anything that out loud, and that it's kinda embarrassing. Minaguchi adds in and says that if they hadn't said it out loud like this, the MC would have been oblivious to the fact that they already thought they were friends. She continues as she giggles and says that this is why it's super important to always express their feelings into words. Seeing that he has such caring and supportive friends makes him happy and smile. As he smiles, he tells them that they are officially friends this time and thanks them for being his friend. Seeing him smile makes them both blush. With a satisfied smile on Aihara's face, he says, "That powerful smile with the ability to captivate, regardless of gender, the unique charm of our friend, Ichinos." Minaguchi nods and agrees to him as the MC sits there, being confused. Suddenly, the MC hears something rustle. He goes and checks behind a tree and sees that it's Agawa. Seeing him suddenly scares her. He apologizes to her for making her worry about him. He tells her, "You're the one who asked these two to come and check on me, right?" and thanks her for it. Seeing him up close makes it difficult for her to look at him. As she's scared and awkward, she tells him that he doesn't have to thank her. She just wanted to support him in her own way, and it's not like she wanted him to notice her or anything like that. Hearing her say this confuses the MC, as he thinks, what the heck is she talking about? She bows down and tells him that she's glad that his problem has been resolved now, and from now on, she'll just quietly support him from behind the scenes. She says this and sprints at full speed. Minaguchi and Aihara stand there with a warm smile on their face as Aihara says, "So that's what she means by support you. That's why she's perfectly content sticking with a behind-the-scenes role." Minaguchi smiles and agrees with him. Hearing them say this makes the MC confused. Now we see that everyone is going back home as the school's over. The MC looks at Yukishiro packing her bag to leave. She notices that he's looking at her and walks past him as she tells him that she'll see him tomorrow. He suddenly grabs her hand and tells her to wait, as he really needs to talk to her. He tries telling her that if she's not too busy right now, he would like to talk, but she immediately tells him that she can't talk. As he's holding her hand, he asks her if she could spare him just a minute, even if she has something to do. She turns around and tells him to speak. She stands there as she looks worried and anxious. She walks up to the window and stands there in silence. The MC calls her name and tries to tell her something, but suddenly she turns around and calls his name. Seeing her do this surprises him. He sees her eyes filled with tears as she tells him, "Please don't hate me." And this is how this chapter ends. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you,